Well, hello and welcome to a very short tutorial on a bass drum technique that I developed I think by coincidence way back in time when I was about 15 years old or something. It allows you to play relatively fast with one foot in a continuous way. And I think whether or not you'll be able to learn or copy this technique, I think it depends a bit on your existing bass drum technique, but I'll get into that in a minute. So, well, that's it. Let's jump right into it. So first things first, a little bit about the hardware and the setup. I find this to be the best setup for this push-pull technique, but also for my bass drum technique in general. And it may differ from yours, but first of all, I'm using, as you can see, a Pearl Demon Drive pedal. It's a direct drive pedal, and the spring is pretty tight. And also the bass drum head is pretty tight, not too tight so that it ruins the sound, but it is pretty tight so you can get a rebound from it. So yeah. So the technique itself is a kind of push-pull technique, I think. I didn't deliberately set out to practice it or develop it or anything. It just happened by chance, because when I was younger I was trying to play something that I wasn't able to pull off. First I'm going to just show you my normal bass drum technique, technique for singles and doubles, because I think the technique kind of grew from that. So my bass drum technique is pretty normal, I think. I play heel up, always did, and also I don't bury the beater in the head, not as a result of a conscious decision or anything, just happened that way. And also I play around, I think, halfway down the foot plate as well. So singles and doubles, normal bass drum stuff would be something like this. What happened when I stumbled upon the push-pull technique was that I was around 15 years old, and I was trying to play a triplet-based beat that I wasn't able to pull off correctly, and then from that the push-pull thing came. The beat that I was trying to play and increase in speed was this. So the bass drum is just playing the last two notes in a triplet group. So they have to stay together in groups of two. And at the time I wasn't able to play them that way. So it became sloppy, and the groups of two evened out so that they eventually became 16th notes. So if I was to reenact what actually happened way back then, in the beginning of the 80s, condensed, it would be something like this. So actually I was trying to play groups of two and couldn't make it, and they evened out and became 16th notes. And I started to practice that as a discipline in itself. Not too much, because I don't really use this technique very much. It's a fun thing to be able to do, and if you need to play fast singles on the bass drum, it's a very good technique. And and essentially it's just the same technique that I use for doubles, that I play in a way so they even out and become evenly spaced. And that's pretty much it. And I suggest that if you want to try the same thing, try to see if you can play it as doubles, like the triplet beat I was playing before, and even them out deliberately so that they become evenly spaced instead of groups of two. That's the best tip I can give you, actually. And I hope you can take it further than I have with some practice. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.